I'm here with Amy Trout. She's the owner of Design for Home, and she is the expert, and she is going to tell us what to do with that room. You have no idea what to do with it, like the one downstairs at my house that has a ping pong table in it. Okay?
Sure, definitely.
We need to do something about that. So where would I start?
Well, I think the best place to start, and the place where any DIY person is going to start their room and any designer might start their room, is really by taking stock of what's there. You have to plan. You have to figure out how you want to use the space. Is it going to be a game room? Is it going to be a place where you're going to want to entertain? What kind of furniture are you going to want in there?
So you have to kind of decide what you want to keep, what's fine to get rid of.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the most important thing. I think measure out the space, put together a little floor plan, if you will, just maybe on a piece of graph paper, so you know how big the pieces are that you should be bringing into the space. If you know that the ping pong table takes up half the room, then you might want to bring in a few smaller scale pieces elsewhere.
Gotcha. And I do collect pictures out of magazines and catalogs of stuff that I like. That's a good idea, I would assume.
That's a great idea. I always appreciate getting from clients the big stack of torn out pages and ads for different products that it allows me to ask them the questions they may not have thought to ask me. If they've got a picture of a very, a shabby chic kind of living room and I think they want something contemporary,
right,
we've definitely got a disconnect, and that just allows me to ask the right questions so I can put together a room that's what they want.
So an inspiration piece is also a good idea. Something like a pillow or a picture or something like that.
Definitely. The client that we did this project for had a large plate that they had gotten on their honeymoon and they wanted to be able to display it. It had some red tones in it, but that really wasn't the one color she wanted to highlight in the space. So keeping that in mind, we pulled together a lot of other color and were able to really give her a space that answered the question, and the plate looks fantastic where we ended up putting it.
Well, sometimes you're out shopping and you're like, I think that's the right shade, but I'm not sure. How do you work with that?
Well, there are so many tips and tricks. So we had a piece of this fabric and I was able to carry that around with me while I was shopping. I also like to pull the paint colors and actually have these little paint swatches. They're not even for the paint. These were the wall colors, but this is the colors that came out of the inspiration.
Right.
So if you have those with you, even if you just go pick a few up from your paint store, you'll know for sure if the color is going to work or if it's not.
Okay, so if there's anything that I've already learned from you, it's that lighting is important.
Oh, it's definitely important, and I think too many people leave it as an afterthought. They think, well, I've got that nice bulb in the ceiling and that's really going to give me enough light, but honestly, you have to spread it around the room. You've got to give yourself some task lighting. Say you're going to be putting together a puzzle in a space or you're going to be playing your ping pong. And then you have to have some kind of ambient lighting or just general overall lighting that's going to allow you to watch television. I always say to put in dimmers. That's kind of my favorite thing. So definitely don't forget your lighting.
These fabrics are all so very different.
Yeah, this was a very tailored room. We had very tailored furniture with square arms and the wood tones were really deep and dark. So we brought in this really fun, feminine, floral. It's not overly feminine, but it definitely adds some softness. Same thing for the fabrics that we ended up using, this velvet, the linen that we put in the draperies. It all really works together to bring that softness and comfort.
You've got to add that texture.
That's right.
All right. Well, we hope that you've learned some great tips on how to at least get started on that room that you've always meant to decorate.
That's right.